Hi guys, it's Miss Redican here. I want to go over the self-inflating balloon activity. There were some common errors and I just want to go over it and address those today. Okay. Okay. So first of all, you don't need to resubmit. Not looking for a resubmission. I just want to make sure I'm correcting your errors before they get solidified. So the self-inflating balloon, you should have, heard something inside of it, gas bubbles. You should have seen it inflate, and you should have felt it kind of get colder. All right, it's an endothermic change actually that's going on in there. What's inside was the sodium hydrogen carbonate, also known as baking soda, and citric acid. And it formed carbon dioxide, which made the balloon inflate, sodium chloride, and water. Okay, and then you had to do your independent study. You had 4 different powders. Which ones would inflate a balloon? Which ones would not? Right? We can't see atoms, but they are represented in this activity with different colors, right? This token key. Instead of using citric acid like in the self-inflating balloon, a simpler acid, hydrochloric acid made of hydrogen and chlorine, was used. And carbon dioxide gas. Remember, that's what's being formed inside of here. It's not air, it's not oxygen, it's not helium. This is not a regular balloon. This is being inflated by the carbon dioxide produced from the baking soda and the citric acid. Carbon dioxide is made of 1 carbon and 2 oxygens. And we're going to go through the slides in each test tube. Test tube 1, what you're looking for, are the atoms present? Is there any carbon present on the reactant side? No. And as soon as there's no carbon dioxide able to be made from it. If you don't start with carbon, you can't end with carbon. Okay? So yes, it does have the 2 oxygens, but without that carbon in the reactants, you're not going to get carbon as a product. So it's no. Let's continue. So again, no, it will not inflate because carbon dioxide cannot be produced. Test tube 2. Again, we're looking to make carbon dioxide gas. Are the atoms there? We're not saying it's carbon dioxide a reactant. We're saying, are the atoms there to produce it? And the answer is yes. Look here. There's a carbon and 2 oxygens. Right? Now, in the beginning, they're in the form of sodium bicarbonate. Those bonds are going to break and reform, and carbon dioxide will get produced. Okay, so you can see all of the atoms here are on the other side as well. So let's take a look here. There is a sodium and a sodium. 3 oxygens. Let's look for all 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. And so we have 2 hydrogens, 2 hydrogens, 1 chlorine, 1 chlorine. All the atoms on the reactant side, all of them are still there, just rearranged on the product side. Again, law of conservation of mass says that mass of the reactants and mass of the products are equal, and that no atoms can be created nor destroyed, just rearranged. And that's what you're seeing here. Let's continue. In test tube 3, you can see there's no carbon present, or oxygen in this case. So carbon dioxide will not be made. And if there's no carbon dioxide, it will not inflate. Test tube 4, calcium carbonate and hydrochloric acid. You can see there's a carbon, yes, and there's 2 oxygens. So there's enough to make carbon dioxide be produced. So yes, if carbon dioxide is going to be produced, the balloon should inflate. Let's take a look at the products. So again, start off with 1 calcium. We end up with a calcium. We have carbon dioxide, a carbon and 2 oxygens, carbon and 2 oxygens. 1 extra oxygen, here it is. 2 hydrogens, 2 hydrogens. And 2 chlorides, 2 chlorides. Every single atom we start with is present in the products. Rearranged, but still present. Atoms cannot be created or destroyed. And that's what some of the big errors that I saw. Let's keep going and continue. Sodium bicarbonate has the carbon dioxide atoms present that will ultimately produce the carbon dioxide gas. And so does the calcium carbonate. Sodium bicarbonate only needs to bond with one hydrochloric acid or react with one hydrochloric acid and does produce the most gas. Okay. Though in the video, that balloon did leak, sadly. Okay. And last, MgCO3 with HCl. You can see there's a carbon and at least two oxygens present in the reactants. So it is possible that it could create the carbon dioxide needed to inflate a balloon. Okay, so I hope this clarifies some things. And remember, the rocket you're making, that you're working on today, right, finish your trials today, is fueled, so to speak, by the carbon dioxide. Your baking soda and, in your case, vinegar, acetic acid, are combining to make the carbon dioxide necessary, which is the gas that's creating the pressure that will ultimately power your rocket. Finish that out today, finish all your trials, and tomorrow we're going to work on the claim, evidence, and reasoning.